In this video, I'd like to share with you several ways that I have experienced financial discrimination as a woman. Hi, I'm Camille Gaines, author of Earn, Grow, Give. I'm a financial coach, and I've been personally investing for over 3 decades. Over the years, I have experienced financial discrimination as a woman several times. And I feel really called to write about this because I think it's something that happens that people are completely unaware of. You may be a man, you may be a woman, but I want to share this with you because I think when I do, you'll realize that it's going on. It may have happened to you, or you may be doing it unintentionally with the women in your lives. Now, the very first thing that I've experienced is meeting with financial advisors and not having them look me in the eye as much as they look my husband in the eye. It's really awkward, and I've been in, it hasn't just been with financial advisors, but it's been very recognizable there. And so when you look at someone else in the room more than you look at the female in the room, well, we feel discriminated against. So that's the very first area that I've noticed it. The next area that I've noticed it is the slight discomfort that is in the room when I am leading a meeting with someone in a financial space, such as a banker or perhaps a CPA, or again, maybe a wealth manager, financial advisor. When I lead the meeting, there's this kind of oddness, like the financial guru expert that we're consulting will sort of look at my husband like, what's going on here? And I think it's just so unusual for them. My husband and I are both in the financial space, but we have different things that we are responsible for in managing our money, and different things, areas of expertise, things that we enjoy. He is really great at what he does. But I have different areas that I manage, and so sometimes I am the person leading the meeting. So there's this weird discomfort though. We've both noticed it, and fortunately I have a wonderful husband that supports me and even says, yeah, I know, that drives me crazy too. The third area where I have seen this is conversations at social functions that exclude me. For example, sitting at a dinner party, the conversation turns to the stock market, and immediately I'm completely discredited and ignored, and the men at the table all look at each other and have a conversation around it. Hopefully this is changing in my lifetime for this next generation, but I have certainly experienced this at cocktail parties, at dinner parties, multiple times. The next area is our time that this happened is I was actually at a function for women. It's a group that you may have heard of. It's a national organization, a global organization that promotes business for women. And the woman that was leading the group at the time asked me what I did. Now, this was a long time ago, about 10 years ago, when I was first thinking about being a financial coach, and I had personally been investing for a really long time. And because I bought my first mutual fund when I was 22. And the woman asked me what I did, and I said that I was a personal investor, because to me that was something that was sort of my career. I looked at it as my job when I was raising my children, and I was working part-time some of the time, but not always. And so this was very important to me, and I've done videos about why and how this came about. But that was what I did. That was my work. That was how I looked at it. I had a very committed, certain number of hours a week that I spent on this, and it was important to me. And the woman just did not understand, and she happened to be a financial advisor, and she said, oh, finally, oh, I get it. You mean you invest as a hobby? And what I've wondered since that time, and I wish I had asked her, have you ever noticed how you think of the perfect thing to say after it happens? But I wish that I had said to this woman, if I were a man, would you be calling it a hobby? When men invest, it's not a hobby. It's like, wow, what a great, thing to do. It's admired. When a woman invests for the family, is it a hobby? So that was financial discrimination against me as a woman by a woman. The last area I want to share is the worst one of all. So I was at an event that my broker invited me to alone. My husband wasn't with me. And Ben Bernanke was the speaker at the event. And as you can imagine, head of the Federal Reserve, it was pretty, sort of high profile. And I was sitting with a table of about 10 people, including a couple. And the man asked me what I did, and I explained that I was a financial coach. And he actually started laughing, and he called out his son, who was sitting across the table, and said, "Oh, she is a financial coach. She helps women understand investing." And he thought that was actually funny. And I was embarrassed for him. I really was. His wife was embarrassed, but I was embarrassed for him. And I think his son was embarrassed for him. And what I found over the years is that most men encourage their wives to work with me. They're very encouraging. They say, "Oh, I wish you would get involved with that so you would know more about our money," because so often still the man manages the investments in the family. But I think men find comfort in the fact that women have involved themselves in the family investments. They feel better knowing that their lifetime is usually shorter, and that this woman that they love, that means so much to them, understands and will be able to take the reins when she needs to. And so what I realized, though, is that confident men encourage their women to be involved with their finances, whereas men that aren't so confident, well, that's a bit of a threat. And so I think this man had some problems with that. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video, and I want to ask you, if you're a woman especially, to look at yourself and ask if you ever have experienced financial discrimination, and also if you will be a part of this mission to help me empower women in our lifetime around money, around investing, around stepping into their power around their money. If so, I'd love it if you'd share this video. Let me know if you'd like the video, and subscribe to my channel. Support Financial Women. Thanks for watching.